How's it going, Critter Family? I hope you all are doing well. Today we are back with a comment, actually, and a little bit of a video. I'm in a new environment because I have moved. My sister and I have moved in together and combined our little furry critters. So we're both very happy. And thank you for all the kind wishes and support for this move. We made it very safely and as pain-free as we possibly could. We are still unpacking. But, you know, that's kind of the fun part, is being able to decorate. So hopefully soon I will have some nice decorations in the background to give you something nice to look at besides this. So I hope you all are doing well. I got this message not 3 hours ago. It was actually by this time, probably a month ago, a few weeks ago, by PBoss0. And they are a defender of D-Daddy, or Douche Daddy, Dog Daddy, Augusto, whatever you want to say. However you pronounce his name. So we're going to break down this comment, and I'm going to show you my rebuttal, and explain how and why I think he's dangerous. But I mean, you know, I'm not talking to this person. I'm not wasting my time to try to convince anybody who is dedicated to misunderstanding me. So if you're ready for that, let's get started. So they say, first off, Dog Daddy does not treat any dog with violence. I think you have to be blind with your head in the sand if you don't believe that. In all caps, they say, pay careful attention to the videos. I do, believe me. Nothing, I'm sure a few things get by, but I'm watching those videos like a hawk, like I do with anything. Most of the time, the dog itself is reacting, and he is just holding on. I disagree. But we'll see in a video to show proof. I mean, okay, if you want to say that, the dog is not just reacting for no reason. Usually a dog reacts because they're over threshold, they are fearful, they are trying to defend themselves. Even if you're not trying to be threatening, they will still perceive you as a threat because they're tied on a leash next to you and you're holding on. Which is why when I work with reactive dogs, I don't even grab their leash. I don't expect to touch them, grab their leash or anything unless I'm giving a very, very simple demonstration of leash pressure. But I don't even work on that yet until I have the dog's trust. I gain the dog's trust, which D-Daddy here, Douche Daddy, never, ever gains any dog's trust. They said, I suggest you attend a training and see exactly what he does. I don't need to. I'm not going to waste the money. If I can see what he does on video, I mean, who knows what he does behind closed doors? Who knows what anybody does behind closed doors when they're a training facility, you know, or a trainer. I'm certainly not going to waste $400 for 15 minutes or whatever he charges to go watch one of his little, like, circus acts, which is basically what it is. He has taken a dog slated for execution because it bit 5 people. After it bit the first person, that's probably a red flag and a warning. And the other 4 people that they bit, if they actually, not just a nip, you know, because dogs will nip. I don't count that as a bite. There's levels to a bite, severity of a bite, where there's like a nip, you know, they don't even put teeth on you, they snap at you, maybe they just pinch you a little bit, maybe they break the skin a little bit, and there's like full-on punctures and maulings where they take a chunk out of you. That after, you know, so many bites, the owner, the people in charge, the shelter, whatever it is, they need to reach out for true professional help. Not this guy, not a you know, snake oil salesman. They need to take this dog and work with a veterinary behaviorist, not just someone who calls himself a behaviorist, which is actually illegal to call yourself that. That's like me, you know, calling myself a doctor and practicing medical degrees, but, you know, medical anomalies, but I don't have a degree. You know, but I never call myself a behaviorist. I'm a dog trainer. I'm nowhere near that level. They say that no trainer, in the parentheses, was taken to 4 positive type trainers. So according to whom, maybe the owner, maybe Dog Daddy, maybe this person, taken to 4 quote unquote positive type trainers, and none of them were able to address the dog's problem, and all of them, according to this person, said they should be put to sleep, aka killed, euthanized, you know, cold, killed, whatever you want to call it. So that right there, I can make a whole video on this, but I'll try to cut it down a little bit. So they say that no trainer using, they're insinuating no trainer using positive reinforcement. So they said positive type dog trainers, at least they didn't say purely positive, it doesn't matter. So out of the 4, again, all this is hearsay, believe nothing of what you hear and only half of what you see. So I question this. out of 4 positive reinforcement trainers or positive type trainers, none of them were able to address the problem. So that doesn't mean that the method doesn't work. It means it wasn't being utilized properly. And everybody says, properly this and properly that. Okay, look, with positive reinforcement, I know this from experience because I work with aggressive dogs. I've worked with a dog that has bitten 8 people, including an elderly grandmother and a child. And she's fine. And she's still alive and in her home today. Ava, I mention her on the channel every now and then. She's a giant black Russian terrier. Very powerful dog. And guess what? In 8 weeks, using positive reinforcement, we saved her life. I don't know how she was still alive and not taken, put down or anything. But anyway, so when it comes to this here, that the 4 positive type trainers couldn't help. Again, it doesn't mean the method failed. It means that the people failed the method, and then therefore they failed the dog. So if you don't use the method properly, if you do use the method properly, but the owner isn't keeping up with it, the owner, the guardian, the caretaker of the dog, even if it's a shelter, okay, they don't use it properly. They don't listen to how to do it properly. They don't keep up with the training. They don't listen to the trainer. The trainer can only do so much. You have to realize that I'm not training the dog for you. I'm training you to keep up with training the dog. I could train your dog easily and they would behave just fine with me. They would work just fine for me. But I take them back to, to your home, and in 2 days they'd be back to their old ways because they're interacting with you how you interact with them. They're a mirror of you. So it's not that the positive reinforcement didn't work, is that it wasn't applied properly, or there is, the people didn't keep up with it in the long run. Again, you can't blame everything on the trainer. Some trainers just aren't good at it, or they're not good with working with reactivity or aggression, or specifically a bite history. I don't blame them. So I don't know that all 4 of them actually said the dog should be put to sleep. We don't know how they said it, if they actually said it. I've only ever stated that twice in my career, going on 9 years now, and I did not take it lightly. And I didn't say this dog needs to be put to sleep. I told the owners that this is out of my capacity, my capabilities. So I recommended them to a certified applied animal behaviorist, an actual veterinary behaviorist. And I said, you need to go work with them. Otherwise, then if you can't afford that or whatnot, I fear that the most humane option for these 2 individual dogs at different times might be euthanasia. But I tell them, as an absolute last resort. I do not just go in there. I've worked with dozens and dozens and dozens of aggressive dogs with bite histories. And the 2 that I said that might be a last resort, for more humane for the animal, neither of them had any bite history. It was more of a mental thing. It was something I couldn't work with. So I didn't just say, go kill him. I said, you need to work with someone way above my pay grade, someone who can help you, because I can't. So that's just, nonsense by just saying that the 4 positive people couldn't help him. So they said, just put him to sleep, okay. 3 years later, this big boy has never bitten anyone, well, has not continued to bite anyone, and is the most loving. And all of these are their words. I don't know that. I'm sure he's loving, but he's a German Shepherd Pit Bull mix in a home with 4 children, lovely, and goes everywhere. So that means that this dog is under constant pressure to mind his P's and Q's, dot his T's and I's, cross his T's, dot his I's, and make sure he doesn't do anything wrong. Because I imagine using douche daddy's method, that this dog is being abused by that and is constantly under the threat of more harm and fear to come. Otherwise, it will be put down. We don't know that these people didn't just beat the dog. We don't know what goes on. And this poor dog may look happy. It's a dog. It's a German Shepherd. It's a Pit Bull mix. Pit Bulls are, Pit Bulls, I love Pit Bulls. And I'm saying Pit Bulls like as in pebbles, but very sweet dogs and very soft dogs. So you can smack them and punch them in the head once and they're going to say, okay, I'm not ever going to try this again. By the way, he never harmed the dog, but he did give him a new life and a loving family. I disagree with that. I think this total BS. I think this dog has developed learned helplessness, now has become a slave, and shouldn't be. If it's bitten 5 people, it's not fair to the dog to put him in a home with 4 children who take him everywhere. That is over threshold, douche daddy didn't do anything. He just said, hey, stop reacting, otherwise you're going to die, or I'm going to hurt you. I mean, that's how the dog might have taken it. I don't know. But, okay, let's see a video of, and I left this little thing up here. So they said that he doesn't harm dogs. These are just, this is an American Akita, has a muzzle on, has a prong collar on. It is grabbing onto him because he's choking it. This is abuse. The dog is only doing this. Oh, see, the dog didn't jerk on the leash right there. He jerked on the leash. The dog wasn't just sitting there reacting. He actually pulled up on the leash, causing the dog to react. Makes a better video, right? Better before and after. So again, he's choking the dog. The dog is doing this and grabbing onto him because it's trying to get leverage because it can't breathe. And I hope to one day own one of these beautiful dogs. This is an American Akita. I hope to own one. And if they have the right temperament, I hope to raise them as my service animal. And I will show you every single thing I teach them, the entire step, all along the way. Using positive reinforcement, how to properly socialize them. And none of this has to be done, especially not with this type of dog, because you make them more aggressive. I know that firsthand because that happened to my Shiba. I listened to idiotic trainers like this. And now this dog is just, it cannot breathe. It is so exhausted from fighting. This is learned helplessness. And he has to have every dog on a muzzle. Now, I don't have any problem with basket muzzles, for safety for everybody. But I'm not going to basically handcuff a dog and take away their only ability to protect themselves. And then I'm going to go abuse them and choke them and, and harm them and scare them the way he's doing. None of these dogs have been conditioned to a muzzle, so now he takes it off. This is the Cane Corso. I don't know if it showed that earlier, but so this is what he's helping the dog. If you think this is helping, then you're blind. I mean, I can't help you. And the fact that he says, oops, oh, now you've been barking at me because you're reacting, and now I'm going to drag you over here and choke you and pop you and harm you and jerk you. That has a muzzle on, it can't defend itself. I mean, this is just proof that even the most aggressive dogs thrive. No. He's setting all of these dogs up and people for a lot of danger and bites, and people are impressed by this. I don't know how you see this as impressive. I mean, this is just idiotic. He's just lucky that he has all these dogs on a muzzle and he hasn't gotten, the lesson he deserves to learn by them. But in the end, the dog would just be put down because it bit another person. So here's the one that really got him on the map. This poor Doberman on a choke chain, on a shock collar. And people say, oh, the dog's just reacting and it runs to the leash on his own. Look at this. How many times has he jerked on this dog? I know, sorry, it's kind of jerky. It's just how my video capture recorded. But, the dog is literally just sitting there and he jerks them towards him. Dog is trying to run away and he jerks. And then the dog is smart and learns how to put their paws up to get leverage from the choke chain that is literally choking it. And he gets frustrated by that. He starts to jerk more and fight the dog more. So, but no, he's not hurting the dog. Okay. Yeah, apparently this is fine. He's helping the dog. He's helping them. Giving them a better life. Yeah, apparently all this is giving a better life. Popping and yanking it out of their paws and... yeah, apparently that's giving them a better life. Okay, well, again, if you believe that, you're a dummy. So, we're going to end that there. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I have lots more Beckman and Upstate Canine videos to go over. So, that'll be fun. Let me know what y'all thought of this video, what you get from it. Give your little critters some kind of love and say howdy do for me. And until next time, practice peace, patience, and positivity.